Have you ever wondered if what you believe about honesty in relationships is actually true? Today, we're diving deep into the myths that might be holding you back from experiencing true, authentic connections. 1. Honesty equals brutal truth. Ever think honesty means you have to be brutally honest? Think again. Why might softening your approach actually strengthen your relationship? You've probably heard the phrase, honesty is the best policy, but does that mean laying everything out bluntly? Not exactly. Being honest doesn't require harshness. Instead, think about honesty as a soft, yet firm touch. Picture it as a delicate dance where your words are chosen with care, not to wound but to heal and grow your relationship. Approach sensitive topics with empathy, understanding that your partner's feelings are as valid as your own. By practicing gentle honesty, you create a safe space for open communication. Try it next time you're discussing something tough. 2. White lies harmless. Are little white lies really harmless in a relationship? Discover the surprising impact these innocent fibs can have on your bond. Let's tackle those little white lies. They seem innocent, right? Just a tiny fib to keep the peace. But here's the twist. Even small deceptions can create a gap in trust. Think of your relationship as a glass vase. Every white lie is a tiny crack. Over time, these cracks can weaken the vase's integrity. So, what can you do? Start by being mindful of the moments you're tempted to tell a white lie. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Often, it's about avoiding discomfort, but remember, short-term ease can lead to long-term issues. Instead, choose honesty, even in small things. 3. Total transparency is key. Is sharing absolutely everything with your partner necessary for a healthy relationship? Find out why some things might be better left unsaid. Imagine your relationship as a house with rooms. Does total transparency mean leaving all doors open? Not necessarily. Complete openness doesn't always equate to a healthy relationship. It's about finding the right balance. Sharing everything might be overwhelming and could lead to unnecessary worries. Instead, focus on honesty that fosters understanding and respect. Share what's important, what impacts both of you. It's about being open, not overbearing. How do you achieve this? Practice discernment. Before sharing, consider if it's beneficial, necessary, or kind. This way, you create an atmosphere of trust and respect, without the burden of overexposure. 4. Honesty kills romance. Worried that being honest will take the mystery out of your relationship? Let's explore how truth can actually enhance the romance. Worried that being honest might strip away the allure and mystery in your relationship? Here's a refreshing perspective. Honesty can actually add a new layer of romance. Think about it. Knowing someone deeply and being known, flaws and all, is incredibly romantic. It's the stuff of true fairy tales. So, how do you weave honesty into romance? Start with small truths about your feelings and desires. Share your dreams, even the quirky ones. Let your partner see the real you. This vulnerability fosters intimacy, a key ingredient in a passionate, long-lasting relationship. 5. Truth-telling is intuitive. Think you're a natural at telling the truth? Learn why honesty isn't always as instinctive as you think and what you can do about it. Believing you're naturally good at honesty is like assuming you're a born chef just because you can make toast. Honesty isn't always instinctive. Sometimes, it's a skill you need to cultivate. Begin by observing how you communicate. Notice when you're tempted to bend the truth, even slightly. Next, practice being transparent in small, manageable ways. It could be expressing a preference or sharing a feeling you usually keep to yourself. This builds your honesty muscle. And remember, being honest also means being receptive to your partner's truth. Listen without judgment. 6. Dishonesty always obvious. Can you always spot when your partner isn't being truthful? Uncover the subtle signs of dishonesty you might be missing. Thinking you can always spot dishonesty? It's trickier than you think. Dishonesty can be a master of disguise, slipping unnoticed into conversations. But you can become a detective in your own love story. Start by tuning into your partner's body language and tone of voice. Do they avoid eye contact when discussing certain topics? Is their voice different when they're potentially fibbing? Also, pay attention to inconsistencies in their stories. But here's the key. Approach this with curiosity, not accusation. If something feels off, gently bring it up. Ask open-ended questions to encourage honesty. 7. Honesty leads to conflict. Concerned that honesty will only lead to arguments? See how truth can actually be the pathway to deeper understanding and less conflict. Afraid that honesty will open a can of worms and lead to conflict? It's a common fear, but honesty, when done right, can actually reduce arguments. Here's the trick. It's all about timing and tact. Bring up sensitive topics at a calm moment, not in the heat of anger. Use "I feel" statements instead of accusations. This shifts the conversation from blame to understanding. For example, say, "I feel hurt when," instead of "you always." This fosters a dialogue, not a debate. Encourage your partner to share their perspective too. This way, honesty becomes a bridge to understanding, not a battleground. 8. Honesty is the same for everyone. Does honesty look the same in every relationship? Discover why understanding your unique honesty blueprint is crucial. Think honesty is one size fits all? Here's a revelation. It's as unique as your fingerprint. Every relationship has its own honesty blueprint. What works for one couple might not work for you. The key is to understand and respect each other's honesty needs. Start by having an open conversation about what honesty means to both of you. Is it about sharing every thought, or just the important stuff? How do you both handle hard truths? Understanding these nuances helps you tailor your honesty in a way that strengthens your relationship. 9. Past honesty determines future. Do past honesty issues doom your future? Find out how you can rewrite the honesty narrative in your relationship. Had honesty hiccups in the past? Don't let that define your future. It's never too late to turn the page and start a new chapter of transparency and trust. Begin by acknowledging past mistakes. It's not about dwelling on them, but learning from them. Open a dialogue with your partner about your shared honesty goals. Set realistic expectations. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Commit to small, consistent acts of honesty. It's like planting seeds that will eventually bloom into a garden of trust. Most importantly, forgive yourself and your partner. This isn't about forgetting the past, but about building a future where honesty is the cornerstone of your relationship. 10. Honesty doesn't need maintenance. Think once you've established honesty, it's all smooth sailing? Learn why maintaining honesty is an ongoing journey and how you can keep it alive. Think you've nailed honesty and it's smooth sailing from here? Hold on, because maintaining honesty is an ongoing journey, not a one-time achievement. Like a garden, it needs regular care to thrive. Keep the lines of communication open. Regular check-ins can do wonders. Ask each other, how are we doing on our honesty journey? Be open to feedback and ready to adjust. Celebrate small victories in honesty. They're big wins in building a stronger bond. And when you slip up, because let's face it, no one's perfect, own up to it quickly. Apologize, learn, and move forward. Remember, honesty in a relationship is a living, breathing thing. Check out this playlist of the top 10 videos on relationship advice for women. And we'll see you in the next video. With love.